Yeah. The person who's talking holds the character.
Can you see me like loads?
Good evening and welcome to the Philosophy X Factor. Tonight we're going to be having a special episode. Each contestant will be presenting their own view on whom or what they believe God to be. Please welcome back your judges. Give it up for Hegel and his bitches. Just to remind you all that last week Hegel rejected scholasticism, which is a combination of faith and reason, as well as deism, which is the belief that God created the universe and left it to run itself. Now, without further ado, shall we bring out the first contestant? Yeah. Shall we? Woo! Yeah. Alright, then bring out the first contestant, St. Thomas Aquinas. How are you feeling tonight, Tom?
Pues, obviamente, I'm a poquito nervoso, but I'm perfectly confidento, because my theory is obviously the best. It's definitely got the X factor.
Well, take it away then.
Well, I believe that faith and reason are not only compatible, but they should also be combined. In doing so, the whole universe becomes proof of God's existence.
Woo! What do you think, Hegel?
You don't honestly believe that, do you?
Yes, I do. It's a fantastical theory.
That theory is scholasticism, so I'm afraid it's a no from me. It's just too old-fashioned, Aquinas.
Unlucky, Aquinas. Will we be seeing you auditioning again next year?
Of course you will. I know my theory's got the X factor. It explains everything.
All right then. Well, for now, let's bring up the next contestant. I think you're all going to be very excited to see this one. It's Hume. Give it up for Hume.
Well, if God was truly the omnipotent, omniscient, omnibenevolent God of classical theism, the problem of evil shouldn't exist. But it does. Therefore, we must conclude that this world is only the first rude essay of some infant deity who then walked away of his creation ashamed. It's a disgrace, as is the flawed, imperfect deity who apparently created it.
What do you make of that, Hegel?
That's deism. Get off my stage.
Aww. Better luck next year, Hume. Round of applause for Hume, please. Next up, we have one of the most renowned and influential philosophers of the Enlightenment. From the town of Königsberg, Germany, please give a warm welcome to Immanuel Kant. Now, just so you can see what he's been going through, here he is talking to the cameras in the waiting room earlier.
Hi, what's up? I'm Ken, and I've travelled all the way from my hometown to spread my knowledge. I've never travelled anywhere in my whole life, so this is totally exciting for me. And I've never been away from my mum before, so I just like to say a quick, I love you, Mum!
Well, best of luck to you, Ken.
Well, while all my theories are totally logical and straightforward, for some people get distracted and have difficulty grasping them. I really hope Hegel and the audience can see what I'm trying to say.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to commence by saying that the fact that the traditional scholastic arguments, that is to say the cosmological, teleological, and ontological, etc., they all fail. They are so easily defeated, as anyone logically can see. The proof for God's existence is so much simpler than this. We can tell he exists not because we are moral. Without God having made us moral, we could all continue to live in this phenomenal realm, as we could not have become moral by ourselves. We all know God through morality.
What do you make of that, Hegel?
Your arguments are confusing. It's,
Well, Chagrin agrees with me. He says that our awareness of our obligations towards each other is awareness. So there.
Well, unless you get off my stage now, I'll call security. So there.
No, I'm right. My argument's logical.
Next up, please welcome to the stage the infamous Schleiermacher. Good evening, Schleiermacher. From what I know of your theory, it's very interesting.
I believe so, yeah. I also believe it has the X factor.
Well, we'll let Hegel be the judge of that.
Well, the traditional arguments are not necessary to prove God's existence, that it is proved solely through how one feels. I feel that God exists, and therefore I know he exists. In the church, it is this idea that unites myself with my fellow churchgoers, as a group of people seeking unity as a community with the help of God. This metaphysical concepts are not needed. The only truly necessary part of religion is feeling.
Well, Hegel?
Your ideas are confused. They most certainly do not have the X factor. Goodbye.
That was a bit harsh, Hegel, don't you think?
Are you here to give opinions? Are you an expert in the field? I'd criticise your opinions as well if I wasn't dead.
But I support your argument.
Bring me the next contestant, and if you insist on explaining my theories for future reference, make it more understandable and more interesting. Reading text through is like wadding through treacle.
Fine, Spinoza, hurry up!
Dude, I'm coming! I'm terribly sorry I'm late. I was outside and I could see God everywhere. I just got carried away.
Get on with it then.
Right, as I was saying, God is everywhere. He's in nature, he's in the tree, and in that tortoise.
What tortoise?
That tortoise.
Okay.
He's everywhere, and he's not necessarily the God of classical theism. He's whatever we personally interpret him to be. He doesn't make us moral, but we know he's there.
You're wrong.
But, oh.
Your theory focuses too much on nature rather than the human spirit, and it most certainly does not have the X factor.
Aww. Well, next up we have someone who auditioned last year and sadly did not make it. However, I'm pleased to tell you that tonight he's back. Please welcome to the stage Swinburne.
Yay, guys! Guys, I'm here today to talk to you about probability. Yay! Come on, guys. Get in the groove. Probability.
I think we may need security on stage.
No, don't. I want to talk to you about probability.
Well, I'm afraid to tell you that is very nearly the end of the show. There are only 2 contestants left. However, please welcome to the stage the first of these 2 contestants. It's Kierkegaard's.
Thank you. Well, in my experience, belief in God is like being in love. It's not rational or explicable. It's a leap of faith. It doesn't make sense, but our lives revolve around it, and we just leap away anyway.
Hegel, what do you think?
I'm just not too sure this theory is entirely valid. It's not quite right. I'm afraid I think it will just have to be a no from me. Goodbye.
Oh, never mind, there's always next year. Do you think we'll see you then?
Yes, you will. And Mr. Hegel, I would be so grateful of your help if you would offer it.
Well, maybe see you then. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid there's only 1 contestant left. However, please do continue to vote. The phone lines are open. The show is fixed according to Hegel's preferences. Your vote will count for nothing, and you will be extortionately charged.
Yay!
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the contestant you have all been waiting for. He's one last contestant tonight. Please welcome to the stage, Gotthold Lessing.
Yay!
Christianity has a right to freedom of thought. It is restricted by its belief in revelation and literal interpretations of the Bible, when this cannot be its basis because there is no proof for either interpretations or religious experience. I believe in the Christianity of reason. This is Christianity which is ruled by the human spirit. It is aided by human reason, initiated by criticism and dissent, and will develop even without help by a divine revelation.
I love this man. He's a genius. He's cracked it. This is exactly what I believe. Spinoza is wrong only because he focuses too much on nature, whereas the human spirit is the kernel of religion.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. A big thank you to all the contestants and the audience one more time for taking part.
Yay!
A big round of applause for Hegel and his new protege Lessing, who will have been dropped in a month, I can guarantee it, but nonetheless, congratulations, Lessing! Good night, everyone!
Yeah.
I feel like I'm messing on stage.
Yeah, now let's go on stage.
For everyone.
Sway.
He's right.
Okay.
I think it's pretty.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is a story all about
about how can the kings of philosophy upside down, Schleiermacher explains that why are all there, and they all threw philosophy in the air. It was Hegel who raised that well-known fact that we can talk of philosophy and only that. Oblivious unknown is the God we all know, ontological design, cosmological. No! Kant and Hume were up to no good. Start making trouble in philosophy's hood. James when the church got scared. Scholasticism dead, Hume's atheism dead. Spinoza was still God in the trees.
Pantheism smelling was the beastly.
Schleiermacher's personal God is in you. Teresa of Miller said, he's in me too! So whether your God is divine or dead, will we find out, or is it all in your head? These scholars were key in all these ideas. That's all it draws. Now let's have some beer.